Hey you, today I'm going to show you how to use my free zero-based budget spreadsheet. This spreadsheet uses the Dave Ramsey budgeting method to help you create a monthly budget. If you are ready to learn another budgeting method to help you kill it with managing your money, then stay tuned. Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, Skinny, where we focus on the steps to help you live a healthy, wealthy, and skinny life. I'm Sean, and if you are ready to start thriving and not just existing, go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every week when I drop a new video. And be sure to watch until the very end because, as always, I've got something special for you. Today's video will be another hands-on tutorial where I show you exactly how to use my zero-based budget spreadsheet. Before we go into the tutorial, I'd like to take a minute and give you a brief definition of a zero-based budget. A zero-based budget is where your income minus your expenses equals zero. This means that you are allocating every penny of your money to an expense category. Because your expenses can change each month, this budget is designed to be done monthly. At the end of each month, you will create a budget for the following month. My zero-based budget spreadsheet can help you easily create your budget each month and track your progress. It will show you your budgeted expenses for each of your expense categories. And it will help you easily know when you've allocated all of your income to an expense category. Let's get into the tutorial. If you haven't already downloaded my zero-based budget spreadsheet, this is a good time to do it. Go ahead and pause the video. Look in the description, click on the link available, and download your copy of my spreadsheet. Then come back, restart the video, and follow along with me in the tutorial. Here we have the monthly zero-based budget spreadsheet. I'll go through each one of the sections. First, we have the month at a glance section. This is a section where you get a summary of everything that's going on with your budget for the month. And in this section, you'll see your planned income and expenses versus your actual income and expenses. Next, you have a table that says remaining. This is where you see if you're actually allocating all of your expenses to your income. Remember, with the zero-based budget, your income minus your expenses should equal zero. And you'll be able to see that for your planned budget as well as your actual budget. Next, we have a table that's the budget category percentages. These are standard budget categories as defined by Dave Ramsey and his recommended budget percentages. In this area, as you start to plan your budget, you'll see where you fall in each one of these budget expense categories. Remember that these are just recommendations. If your percentages are different than the recommended, that is no problem at all. This is your personal budget. Next, we have the area where you track and plan your budget. You'll see that there are sections for multiple paychecks. If you get paid on a monthly basis, then you will only use Paycheck 1. If you get paid on an every 2 weeks basis, then you'll use Paycheck 1 and Paycheck 2. The goal here is to allow you to allocate expenses per paycheck. This is a best practice when you're doing a zero-based budget. There are some months where there are 5 weeks in the month, which results in you getting 3 paychecks. For those lucky ones among you that get paid weekly, I have an area for you to log up to 5 paychecks. So see, you have Paycheck 1, Paycheck 2, Paycheck 3, Paycheck 4, and Paycheck 5. The spreadsheet is very flexible, so you can log all of your paychecks. And remember, you're going to put in your income for any income source you have. So if you have a side hustle that falls in one of these areas, be sure to add that income as well. That's why you have multiple lines here under Paycheck 1, Paycheck 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the spreadsheet will again total your planned and your actual income. Next, you'll see under each paycheck, you can log your expenses. We have the standard expense categories: housing, groceries, utilities, transportation, charity, entertainment, health, insurance, miscellaneous, personal, and savings. After that, you have empty cells where you can enter in any custom categories that you like. You do not have to use these standard expense categories. Enter the categories and structure your budget the way that works best for you. I'm going to scroll down, and you can see under each expense table, the spreadsheet will total your expenses for both planned and actual. There's also a row that says amount left to budget. And this row actually assists you in allocating all of your expenses to your income. As you plan your budget, the spreadsheet will tell you the amount you have left to budget. And then finally, at the bottom, you'll see that there are tabs. There's a demo tab, and this is just a tab where I've put in demo values that I'm going to go over with you shortly. And then we have a tab for each one of the months. Depending on when you download the spreadsheet, you'll start at that month. At the time of this recording is March, so you will start using the spreadsheet in March. And as you move through the year, at the end of March, you will plan your budget for April. You then put in your actual values for April. At the end of April, you will plan for May, and so on. So let's hop over to the demo tab so I can show you some actual values. Here we're on the demo tab, and you'll see if I look at my month at a glance area, I've already added in some income and expenses for my demo user. We'll go over here to Paycheck 1. And in Paycheck 1, my demo user makes $2,580.70. And in Paycheck 2, my demo user makes the exact same amount, and that's $2,580.70, resulting in my demo user having a monthly income of $5,161.40. We'll then look at the expenses for Paycheck 1, and you'll see that I have values in here for housing, groceries, utilities, transportation, and so on. For housing, you'll see that the planned amount is $1,250. Groceries, $200. Utilities, $300, and so on. Next, you'll see that the spreadsheet has totaled up all of the planned expenses as entered, and that value equals $2,580.70. As you can see, that is the total amount for Paycheck 1, and that is by design. Remember, we want to allocate all of our expenses to our income. But let's move over here to Paycheck 2. You'll see that I have different values here for the expense categories. My demo user is also paying for groceries in Paycheck 2, transportation in Paycheck 2 as well. But you'll also see here that for the category of insurance, my demo user is paying $250 where he or she did not have insurance taken out of the first paycheck. If you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see that I have some custom categories in here. This user has a personal loan, some subscription fees, student loan, and then there's an empty row here for a debt snowball. If we scroll down and look at the total, right now this user only has $2,098 allocated. And the amount left to budget here is $482.70. So remember that I explained that this row tells you the amount you have left to budget. And we want to allocate all of our money. Let's pop back up to my debt snowball row. This user is using the debt snowball method, which means that any extra money they have, they are allocating to their lowest debt. So we're going to put this $482.70 in this row. But before I do that, I want to show you another feature of the spreadsheet. I'm going to scroll up and go over to my remaining table in my month at a glance section. You can see here that as I'm planning, this table will tell me that I have $482.70 left to allocate. My goal here is to have this cell to equal 0 and turn green, meaning that all of my expenses are allocated. So let's go back over here, and I'm going to enter this $482.70 in this cell. And as I do that, you can see my amount left to budget goes to 0. And for plan, my remaining goes to 0. And this is exactly what I want. So now that we've planned our budget for this demo month, we now need to go in and start adding in actual values. So when I get my first paycheck, we'll go ahead and key that in. I was paid as expected. And then what I would do is, as I started paying on my expenses, I would enter those in as well in the actual category. So I would enter in my housing. And then I would enter in my groceries. And so on. And as you can see over here in the month at a glance, my actual sale is totaling down as I enter in expenses. So right now it's at $1130.70, and as I enter in my utilities, it goes down to $830.70. The goal here is for this actual value to drop all the way down to 0, which means that my actual will match what I planned for this month. Now let's pop back over and look at my budget category percentages. You'll see here that for this budget that I've created for this demo user, housing falls at 24%, which is right below the recommended range. You'll see that groceries is right below. We have utilities, which is in the range. But if I drop down to health, everything is way below the recommended. So we've got 2%, 5%, 4%. I just wanted to take another moment to stress that your values do not have to fall between these recommended ranges. These percentages are only here as a guide, and I wanted you to see, after you plan your budget, what your actual percentages were. Remember, this is your personal budget. At this point, you will continue to add in your actual expenses for Paycheck 1 and Paycheck 2, and you'll make sure you close out the month with your actual matching your plan, with both of these cells showing 0. And that is how you use the monthly zero-based budget spreadsheet.
So there you have it. That's exactly how to use my zero-based budget spreadsheet. I hope you found it valuable, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, if by chance you feel like the zero-based budget is not the budget for you, there is no need to panic. There are a lot of different budgeting methods out there, and there is one that will suit your personality and your income. I have a video that I'm showing right here that you can check out. It describes different budgeting methodologies, and you can choose the one that is right for you. So if zero-based budgeting isn't your thing, go ahead and check this out, and I'm sure you'll find a method that's right for you. My goal is to help you find a budgeting method that's right for you, because what's most important is that you stick to a budget, not so much the budgeting method that you use. You have made it to bonus time, and as promised, I've got something special for you. Look in the description, click on the link, give me your email address, and I've got something special that I'm gonna send your way. But before you do that, I'd like for you to watch this video right here because I've chosen it especially for you. I'll meet you over there. Bye.